Good morning, all. It is my pleasure to welcome you all for the 17th International Conference on Wireless Communications, Networking, and Mobile Computing, which is held in China. First, I would like to thank for inviting me as a keynote speaker for this international conference. Thank you very much to the organizers of this program. Actually, a lot of informations are produced by means of different medium informations in the social media nowadays. So the social media data are analyzed by using some of the computer science oriented techniques, in which particularly what are the different kinds of emotions are produced by different customers, which are all analyzed in this research work. Therefore, this research work discussed about the emotion detection from social media text data using machine learning algorithm. The agenda of this work is introduction, literature survey, method and materials, and a proposed model which is called as ROBRT algorithm, and the experimental results are discussed before the conclusion. So finally the conclusion is carried out. Okay. Therefore, we want to discuss about the social media data every day produced in various forms, whether it is in Twitter or Facebook or any other Instagram, any other media, WhatsApp, any media. A lot of large number of applications of information produced every day. But after the COVID-19 pandemic, and it has reshaped the way we interact, work, and communicate. Most of the communication done by online only. Therefore, it is essential to analyze such a kind of social media data by means of the computer algorithm is the main work of this research. With the growth of text-based data, different kinds of data are produced. Different kinds of data are produced. But all these data are not useful, but which is useful most of the data. Therefore, the audio data, video data, text data, and image data, many things are produced in the social media, in which particularly the text-based informations are very, very useful for the real-world applications by the peoples. Therefore, the growth of text-based data in this period, that is COVID-19 period, the analysis of text-based data become an essential tool for understanding human emotions, sentiments, and behaviors. Most of the peoples are produced different kinds of emotions and sentiments via the social media. Therefore, it is essential to discuss about the usefulness of the data. Emotion detection or emotion is a mental state that is in line with feelings that and thoughts, usually with regard to a particular thing. It is a behavior that expresses personal significance or opinion about how we connect with other people or about a particular occurrence. So the emotions are different kinds, and the emotions are analyzed in this research work due to different misconceptions about how they see the text data. Humans are unable to comprehend its essence. The emotion extraction from text is a natural language processing method. It's a task, NLP task, that involves identifying and categorizing the emotional content expressed in written textual data. Okay, so the goal is to determine the emotions, sentiments, and or effective states conveyed by the author of the text. This technology has gained significant importance in various fields, including marketing, customer service, mental health, and social media analysis, as it provides valuable insights into how people feel and react in different contexts. Therefore, a large number of informations are produced in social media. Analyzing all such kind of information is a tedious task. For any kind of research work, we have to do the background information or the literature survey in order to identify and um, in order to produce the evidence for the carried out research. So this kind of research, this research work also surveyed some of the background papers. Dictionary-based informations as well as the other kind of informations are produced in various forms. But many people are doing their research work fully based on dictionary-based stemmer concepts, which affect in perfect stemmer to analyze its impact on data retrieval. Its performance can be selectively changed in terms of coverage and accuracy. Whatever the produced information, the accuracy of the produced information, and what category of the informations are produced, everything is analyzed by means of many people. So an article produced by Sridevi et al. Titled Impact of Pre-Processing on Twitter-based COVID-19 Vaccination Text Data by Classification Techniques. Text of Twitter data set, particularly based on the COVID-19 and performs pre-processing on the data, which uses the computer algorithm, classification algorithm, live linear and Bayes net in order to determine the most effective techniques for data and the pre-processing purposes. So it is determined in that paper that pre-processed data results in greater performance precision for more COVID-19 data analysis in contrast to the raw data. So another one work done by Bank, in which a sentiment analysis and emotion detection subfield with a focus on text emotion detection is carried out. This article outlines the fundamental idea of text-based emotion detection, emotion models, and emphasizing the accessibility of big data set necessary for this field of study. The paper concludes by outlining current difficulties and perspectives, future study avenues for academics and researchers in the field of text-based data. There are a number of people are working based on the emotion detection. A number of algorithmic approaches are also used in their research work. In particular, by LSTM, that is long short-term memory method, is also utilized by many peoples. And some of the peoples utilizing the PERT model and the emotion cause pair extraction model and so on. But most of the peoples are used the LSTM model, long short-term memory model, which yields a good results for the analysis of the sentiments which are available in the social media data. Dear audience, the methods and the materials used in this research work are discussed hereafter. Actually, the data set taken for this research work is from a text-based social media data set, which consists of text in the form of a sentence. The main aim of this research work is to detect the emotions which are available, such as an individual information like individuals' emotions like joy, sad, fear, anger, surprise from the text data. These are some sample data which are produced by many people. I am feeling quite sad and sorry for myself, but I will snap out of it soon. This is one of the sample example data, that is social media data, which is produced by any people. So this is some of the sample data are given. Okay, the data set is actually taken from the Twitter. The actual data set is taken from the Twitter. In Twitter, how many data are available? You know that very well. In Twitter, a large amount of data which are available in this. But using the raw data which are available in the Twitter is not easy task. Using the raw data for the analysis is not easy task. Therefore, it is necessary to pre-process the data. The pre-processing is actually done by using some of the pre-processing techniques like tokenization, stemming, lemmatization, lower uppercase to lowercase, punctuation, removing the punctuation and stop words, stop and unnecessary other informations which are available in the raw data. Therefore, the pre-processing is the cleansing work which is done in this research work before applying the actual proposed work. The actual proposed work is the performance of the actual proposed work is compared with the other existing methods in this research work. For the input of the proposed work and other existing methods, the pre-processed data which is done in previous research work, the input data is the output of the pre-processed data in this research. Therefore, the pre-processing of the data set, sample data set is given here. Before the pre-processing, this left-hand side informations are available. After the pre-processing, this right-hand side informations are available. Okay, I was feeling sentimental. Here, feeling sentimental, these are the two keywords which are exactly identified after the pre-processing in this sentence. Like a lot of information, lot of pre-processed information. This is one of the sample data. Actually, this research work taken into account for more than 2,000 tweet statements. For more than 2,000 tweet statements, some of the example tweets are considered for the pre-processing, and after the pre-processing, this is the right-hand side information was obtained. Okay. Therefore, the data set before and after pre-processing is shown in this figure. Actually, the results of pre-processing contains the number of words in the original text is 25. For example, this is one of the example data information. After the pre-processing, the number of words in the pre-processed text is which contains 13. So the number of words in the original text contains 16 words, 16 words. But after the pre-processing, only 8 words are identified. So up to this, for example, 10 sentences, 10, that is 10 persons tweets are analyzed before and after the pre-processed data. How the number of words are differ, you can see very well about the difference between the before pre-processing and after pre-processing. This is the pictorial representation of pre-processed data. Here, this blue color lines are the given raw data informations, and this color informations are the after pre-processing the information statements. So by using this from this figure, you can easily understand what the effectiveness of the pre-processing which is done in this research work. So the results of pre-processing is the main step involved in natural language processing pipeline, which carried out by using the text preparation frequently and applied. It improves the data's visibility and quality, making it easily to study and model using different algorithms. A number of algorithms are utilized. The resulting orderly and consistent text makes it easier to uncover useful patterns. Also, which increases the precision of machine learning algorithms and improves the general functionality of the natural language processing systems. What is the ability of this kind of algorithms which efficiently extract insights and create models and create applications that take advantages of the capability of natural language understanding and processing, which is made possible by text pre-processing. If it is one of the crucial stages in the process of working with the textual data. So this research paper, this research work, the emotional data set obtained from social media is pre-processed using various techniques such as converting the uppercase letter into lowercase, that is lower casing, punctuation symbol removals, stop word removal, and then tokenized, stemmed, and lemmatized. This making it easier for the application of text mining algorithms for further processing. A proposed model called as ROBRTA, robustly optimized PET approach. You know that very well about the PET approach. Okay, the PET approach is bidirectional encoder representations from transformers model. This is called as PET approach. Therefore, this model is utilized. This is a model which is developed by the other people's already existing algorithms. It is a existing model. We use this, that is, I have used this existing model in their research work. The robot model, they utilize the original author utilizes some of the different kinds of informations, but I am uses the text-based information as input sequence. So it is a transformer-based language model that uses self-attention to process input sequences and generate contextualized representations of words in a sentence. So this model trains a larger data set and with a more efficient training process than PET. Additionally, the model employs a dynamic mastering strategy during the training. So this is the NLP concept-oriented models. The foundation model for numerous other effective NLP models it has served. So the robot algorithm employs a method known as no mask left behind, NMLB. No mask left behind strategy is carried out. The strategy is followed, which guarantees that every token is masked at least once during training. You know that very well about the token. What is called as token? How to split the given sentence into tokens, and these are the basic fundamental ideas about the tokens. So masked language modeling, which makes just 15% of the tokens. As a result, the input sequence after the pre-processing is represented more accurately, and the sentiment analysis is more precise in this model after applying the pre-processing and this model. So input of this model is the output of the pre-processed text by various methods. Therefore, this architecture of the robot model is re-implementation of PET with some of the hyperparameter changes and minor embedding. Except for the output layers, the identical architectures are used in both pre-training and fine-tuning in PET. So to initialize models for various downstream tasks, the same pre-trained model parameters are employed. All parameters are modified during this fine-tuning. So the robot model, on the other hand, does not use the next sentence pertaining target and is trained with substantially bigger mini batches and learning rates. Only this model accepts, consider a single sentence. The previous sentence and the next sentence are not considered during the process of this model. Therefore, this robot is trained on a huge data set spanning over 160 GB of uncompressed data in this research. Therefore, robots data set includes 16 GB of 160 GB of English Wikipedia books corpus and the web text corpus 38 GB, common crowd news data set 63 million articles and 76 GB and stores from common crowd. So 76 GB, more than 100 GB data are utilized for the purpose of finding the innovative information using this robot model in this research work. Therefore, the model is trained on enormous amounts of text data from the internet. Its main features include the following four. The main features have four features: language model, larger training data set, note next sentence prediction, hyperparameter tuning. These four are the main features which are considered in robots model. You know that very well about language model. That is, it employs on masked language modeling technique, and which lays a richer comprehension of language by using more training data and longer sequences than PET. Also, no next sentence prediction, NSP, is utilized in both PET and robot model, which does not use the next sentence prediction task during the pre-training, but instead of focusing entirely on MLM, we can utilize this NLP task. Finally, the hyperparameter tuning. Robota optimizes. Robota is the inventor of this robot model. Optimizes hyperparameters and training procedures in order to improve model performance. So this is the architecture of the encoder and decoder structure of the transformer architecture. The left half of the transformer architecture, this is the left part of the transformer architecture, is to map an input sequence to a sequence of continuous representations. So this is the input embedding. Inputs are given and positional encoding is carried out. So multi-hit attention and add and normalize the informations are also carried out. Finally, feed-forward action is carried out. After the feed-forward action, the add NAM informations are produced as output from the left side. This is the encoder. The decoder on the right half of the architecture receives the output of the encoder together with the decoder output at the previous time step to generate an output sequence. You know that very well about the output probabilities, how this kind of encoder decoder structure of the transformer architecture is acted. So this is the architecture diagram of the encoder decoder structure of the transformer architecture. This entire architecture is actually existing method. They applied different kinds of input. They given different kinds of input. Now I have applied some textual informations which are available in the Twitter. Also, the textual informations about the COVID-19 period alone are taken into account. Now we come to the experimental result. The data set is involved for this research work consists of individual persons' comments taken from a social media post. These comments are all in a direct speech where the individual expresses his emotions at the moment of time. Therefore, this emotion text data in the form of comments help us to know about their current emotion at the particular time. So, however, it does not serve as a measure to know all about the persons on the whole. So, the data set taken here consists of missing words, wrong spellings, punctuations, conjunctions, everything. So, it should be pre-processed using the lemmatization, stemming, stop-word removal, and punctuation symbols. After the pre-processing is carried out on the data set, which is involved in this research work, the text is subject to a process of fine graining by the robota model. As it is a fine-grained model, the model extracts around 28 emotions on the whole. Totally, the number of emotions extracted by means of this model is 28. All the 28 emotions are not detected by means of my research work. Only some kind of emotions. Comparatively, these emotions actually discovered by this research work is a larger number of emotions when compared to the traditional methods, which would extract only a fewer emotions from the text. Okay, this is the experimental result of my research. These are the commands which are produced during the COVID-19 period in Twitter and some other social media. So after the pre-processed, the same commands are converted into some minimized, that is minimizing the same content by identifying the keywords. So after this pre-processed data, the main emotions which are adapted in this pre-processed text data are find out here. What main emotions which are exactly invented by using this methodology is listed here. Anger, joy, natural, sadness, okay, and gratitude, neutral, and love. These are some of the emotions which are produced and identified, which are produced by my peoples and identified by this research work. So, as a sample of data processing, this experimental results source, this is the some of the sample results. Here, some emotions: remorse, neutral, approval, joy, admiration. These are some emotions which are available in the data set. For example, sample information produced by means of this experimental approach is given here. The word, for example, remorse is available 2 times in a sample data set which is taken from the previous shown the data. So this is the pictorial representation of all these words. Okay, so count of the emotions extracted, which is the emotion distribution of the data set. Therefore, this table contains a sample of the various emotions extracted from text data of the data set taken for this research. It shows around 15 emotions in column 1, which is obtained after the process of extracting the emotions by the robotic model. So this column 2 is the count of the number of emotions in each of the textual data. Finally, we conclude a crucial analysis is required to find the emotions in hidden text or done in this research. Also, this work is carried out to extract the hidden emotions from textual data has yielded remarkable results, enabling us to identify approximately 28 distinct emotions. Dear participants, dear listeners, I am not shown in this slide all the results which are obtained by means of my experimental approach. My experimental approach yielded and find out 28 kinds of emotions which are identified by using the same existing robota model by giving different inputs. All these inputs are text-based inputs which are produced during the COVID-19 period. Therefore, these findings hold great promise for a wide range of applications. These applications include from enhancing our understanding of one individual personality and attitude in order to identify the attitude to provide valuable insights for various stakeholders. So educators can utilize this information to better comprehend the attitudes of their students. Therefore, this can enable more enhanced and effective teaching strategies to improve the understanding of the students' community. Finally, we conclude the parents can gain insight of the emotional states of their children, which would aid in the prevention of mental health problems in order to identify their students, that is, children's attitude and suicidal thoughts in children. Based on the emotions which are detected, identified by means of this research work, you can prevent the children's suicidal thoughts. Therefore, interviewers can use this knowledge to gain a deeper understanding of the mental and emotional position of potential and eminent candidates. This would improve the selection and the placement process. Finally, in essence, the current research contributes positively on countless factors to understand the human psychology of a person by means of finding their sentiments, particularly utilizing that is producing the emotions by means of their text-based information. Therefore, this research work identify an innovative information about many of the peoples which are produced, the many of the peoples are produced different kinds of sentiments. From these sentiments, we can easily understand the human's tendency, attitude, and behavior, whether they are children or any other peoples or adults or male or female or any kind of persons. We can able to identify their by their nature, by their by means of this research work, we can understand very easily. We can prevent the accidents which are may happen before that. Okay, so I would like to thank for having inviting me and listening my words. Thank you very much.